Welcome to the class procedure, installation and operation training video. In this video, we will illustrate how to set up the system, conduct a system performance and verification test, and operate the system during a class procedure. Here you can see the system package and its components. Installing the beam manipulating unit, the BMU, to the microscope. Verify prior to the day of surgery the microscope manufacturer and its model. In accordance to the information that was obtained in advance, you will be able to select the matching dovetail. The microscope adapter, called also dovetail, connects to the microscope and allows the BMU adapter to sit in place. In front of you is an image with 3 different types of dovetails. The most commonly used are Leica or Zeiss. However, we can make dovetails custom-made, such as the one on the left, which is Topcon. Place the dovetail in such a way that the flat surface is attached to the microscope exactly under the screw holes and the stopper is located at the back far from the lens. Firmly connect the 4 screws to the microscope. Slide the adapter onto the dovetail until the end of its movement range, indicated by a small stopper. Make sure the adapter's stopper will fit exactly to the dovetail stopper. Tighten the adapter fixation screw by hand in this position. Check that the adapter's hole and the lens of the microscope are aligned concentric. In case that the adapter's hole and the microscope lens are not aligned, change the adapter's location by releasing the screws that are placed at the bottom of the adapter. When these screws are loose, you will be able to slide it to be concentric to the lens. Tighten the bottom screws back to secure the adapter's new, correct position. Take out the BMU from the suitcase. Ensure that you only come into contact with the middle part. Make sure you do not come into contact with this optic component. Verify that the BMU is undamaged and clean by checking the focusing lens and the gold folding mirror for substantial dirt or damage. If necessary, please follow the relevant instructions to clean the optic parts. In order to mount the BMU onto the adapter, you need first to open the 2 fixation screws and the safety screw in the middle. Then place the BMU in a slight angle to allow it to fit on the adapter. Manually lock the 2 fixation screws and the safety screw to fixate the BMU onto the adapter. Loosen the safety screw 1/4 turn anti-clockwise and slightly release the fixation screws to allow free rotation movement of the BMU. In order to release the articulated laser arm, stand in front of the arm, release it from its resting position. Pull the retainer fully out and then rotate it clockwise until 2 o'clock. Once you rotate the laser arm far enough, the retainer easily slides back to its place. Make sure you do not overstretch the arm, as this may break the spring mechanism. In case the retainer is not sliding in easily, continue to rotate the arm further. No power should be applied to insert the retainer. To return the arm to its resting position, rotate slightly clockwise, release the retainer, then rotate it counterclockwise. Press the retainer back and bring the arm to its original position. Use a 2 mm Allen key to disassemble the cradle adapter. Slide the body of the cradle into its place, and once it is in place, slide the shaft through the cradle plate and hook the end side together and tighten the screw. Take the control unit out of the suitcase. Verify that the main switch is off and that the electrical cord is not connected to any electricity outlet. Connect the cables to their corresponding outlets. To simplify the setup, run all 3 cables through the cradle and then place the control unit in its resting position. Attach the cable to the articulated arm by using Scotch tapes. Remove the protective cap from the end of the articulated arm. Connect the interlock pin to the laser rear panel. Connect the interface cable labeled with foot switch to the foot switched cable and then connect the other end of the interface cable marked with laser directly to the laser rear panel. Connect the scanner cable side marked at the end with the scanner label. Tightly fasten the connector screws. Connect the articulated arm end to the scanner. Insert it and turn it until the connection is secured. Make sure that the articulated arm does not press down on the scanner cable. The System Performance Verification Test, also called the daily test. It is mandatory to conduct the test in order to verify the integrity of the system performance. The test should be performed every day before surgery and/or after disassembly and reassembly. Turn the laser on by switching the key to the right. The laser now performs a self-test indicated as System Check. Press the Start icon on the upper right screen. Set the power level to be on 17 watt using the arrow buttons. Set the laser to CW, continuous wave, working mode, and set the laser exposure to be on continuous mode. Turn the control unit on by flipping the switch from 0 to 1 on the right corner on the back of the control unit. Insert the test card. Press Enter. Prepare the ablation card and place it on top of the tile that is placed on a high table which is wheeled under the microscope. Focus the ophthalmic microscope in such a way that you can see the writing on the card clearly. Press on the focus button on the upper right part of the control unit. Prior to focusing the scanner optic system, ensure that the 2 positioning levers are centered, horizontal position. Verify that the aiming beam is on. You should see 2 square patterns, a small and a big one, and 2 diodes. Do not change the position of the microscope. Move the 2 diodes by using the BMU's micrometer until they converge to 1 point or are at least partially overlapping. Verify that the converged diodes are inside the small square. Turn off the focus. To activate the system, press the On button. Wait until the system has finished its power evaluation. Once the On key remains lit, press the Operate key to enable the foot switch. The laser system is now ready to be used, indicated by a solid orange light. Press the foot switch once. Verify alignment. Ablated area overlaps the red aiming beam pattern. Proceed only if the misalignment is less than 0.3 mm. In case the misalignment exceeds 0.3 mm, laser alignment is necessary, and you cannot proceed to use the system for the class procedure. Repeat ablation test. Press the foot switch successive times, increasing the number of ablations for a total of 6 per spot. Assess the ablation card. Ensure that there is no full or partial surface penetration before the 4th ablation. and full surface penetration between 4 to 6 successive ablations. If any of these two conditions are not met, do not proceed with the laser system for surgery. At the beginning of every class procedure, a sterile cover will need to be assembled. Open the sterile cover bag. Take the sterile cover and hold it in such a way that the curb is on the lower part of the rubber adapter ring and hold it from this side. Fold the nylon over the rim of the adapter ring and push its upper part on the BMU adapter until it is connected tightly all around the BMU adapter. Pull the nylon over the BMU and the microscope and verify that no nylon interferes under the microscope lens. Well done! The system is now ready to be used. Insert the IOPtima patient card. Set the CO2 laser power to 21 watts. To manipulate the aiming beam intensity, press the aiming button at the left bottom part. Increase or decrease the intensity by pressing the arrows. For the manual steps before using the laser, the aiming beam is not necessary. Turn the aiming beam off. The doctor now will open the conjunctiva, create the scleral flap, and apply mitomycin. Adjust the focus of the microscope on the surgical plane. Turn back the aiming beam. Select the scan pattern and dimensions using the rectangular shape. You may adjust the dimensions according to the doctor's request. Ensure you leave margins between the flap and the ablated area. Turn focus on. Converge the two red focusing dots on surgical plane using the micrometer. Turn the focus off. Converging the two dots together should be ensured after every adjustment of the ophthalmic microscope. Press the On button on the CO2 laser screen. Press the Operate button to enable the laser system to be ready for use. Ensure with the surgeon that everything is set and ready for the laser operation, and then set the IOPtima system to Ready by pressing the Enter button on the control unit. Press the laser foot switch for a number of ablations until the choroid layer becomes visible. Set the IOPtima to Standby by pressing Standby button. Change the scan preset patterns to preset number 1 or preset number 2 of the arc shape. Once the limbus line has been identified, ensure that the upper arc pattern is in line with the limbus line. If necessary, ask the doctor to rotate the BMU so the upper side of the pattern is parallel to the limbus line, or manipulate the positioning levers to ensure a correct placement. Set the system to Ready mode by pressing the Enter button. Begin to ablate. If required, adjust the arc pattern dimensions manually to a smaller size to target tissue removal from specific pockets that remained intact. Continue to unroof Schlemm's canal until a good level of percolation is achieved. Important: at any point if you identify any movements of the pattern or any potential hazards, press the Standby button until the issue is resolved. Once the use of the laser is finished, turn both the laser and the IOPtima systems to Standby mode. In addition, turn off the laser aiming beam. We hope you found this training video helpful. IOPtima and its partners want to thank you for choosing the IOPtima system.